Yo, what's good? It's your boy Dot from Dot Me Now Coaching and Entertainment for coaching. My links are down below. Hey yo, a lot of people been asking me. I finally got it. Energy readings and healings down below. I already did it for some of y'all, and y'all told me it was great. So it's like now I officially have it out there and stuff like that. Galactic Akashic readings down below, Soul Akashic readings down below, Fairy readings down below, Spirit Guide readings down below. It's so much stuff down below. Patreon down below. There's like a whole bunch of series on my Patreon and stuff like that. If you guys like series like this, you know. Um, I just made a video about the 12 densities slash the 12 planes. People be saying that you can't understand the 12 planes and 12 densities. How come I put it? How come I put it on my Patreon? It's on the Asar Jawa. You know what I'm saying? Discord down below, everything down below. Let's get into this video, man. Look, like the video real quick too. Subscribe if you're new. I had to bring the staff out because this video is important. We need to talk about spirituality, what it actually is. We need to talk about the lifestyle versus the trend because what spirituality became is not what it's supposed to be. It's gonna I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. There are still people who really is spiritually intuitive and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So because of that, right? It's gonna get to where it gotta be at. But like it is actually kind of good that the trend popped up for a little bit. I'm gonna explain all that. Let's just get into it. So spirituality, right? The word spiritual means to, like, spirit means you can either see spirit as the non-physical part of yourself, or you can literally see it as the spirit, as in source, God, etc., right? Uwo means of. So spiritual means to be of the spirit. If you're spiritual, that means that you're of the spirit. You're either of source or of the non-physical part of yourself. You're one with one of those, right? So with that being said, right, that's what it really means. Now, for some reason, right, it became this trend that just involved, oh, crystals, manifestation, astral projection, superpowers. Now, the thing is, right, those things actually do have their place in spirituality, but there's a certain way that it needs to manifest, and there's a certain angle to approach these things from. I'm about to tell you all that. So, essentially, right, the reason why the trend kind of had to happen is because when the trend did happen, it made spirituality, like, it made it more open to talk about certain things, right? However, you know that when something good happens, they gotta motherfucking pervert the shit. You see what I'm saying? So it's like they took you away from the focus of getting it to its source. Or the thing is, right? If they did, let me hold up. Let me do something real quick. I had to write a motherfucking note down real quick so I don't forget this because they took people away from getting into his source, or if they talk about getting into his source, they do it from an ego perspective. You see, like with that whole like we are gods shit, because we are gods, but people don't know what that actually means. That's why I'm gonna make a whole video about that, because Satan is really twisted people with that, because when people say that they are gods, right, I hope you know Satanists be saying the same exact thing. You know what I'm saying? So there actually is truth to it, but it's very perverted, and a lot of the ways that people teach it is in a perverted manner on some Satanist shit. I'm not gonna lie to you, you know what I'm saying. But stay tuned for that video. I got I be having bad shit coming, you know what I'm saying. But with all that being said, right, when it comes to spirituality, right, you have Hindus and Buddhists and even the Egyptians before they fell. You know what I'm saying? These were actual spiritual civilizations, Taoists, they were always focused on getting into a source. Now, somebody may say, how is that true if they had deities? Well, if you actually understood deities, you will understand that you have source, right? Which would be like my whole entire body. Then you have deities, different parts of the source, like my thumb, my finger, like my thumb. The thing is, right? Here's what I made deities, right? Here's what I personified it. My thumb, right, could do different things than my pointer finger, right? So the deity for my pointer finger will probably be like some fucking like directional nigga who looks like this and he be pointing that shit, showing nigga shit, right? But the thumb nigga is some nigga who be grabbing shit. You know what I'm saying? Cause it's showing you that even though like these are parts of the greater whole, you could understand the parts in various different ways. Like nigga, my heart is different than my lungs. The lungs, right, would be some motherfucking air breathing nigga. You know what I'm saying? While the heart is some pumping ass nigga. You see what I'm saying? It would be different, you know? And it helps you to actually understand that individual part of source because, bro, imagine trying to understand the whole entire body at once. You go need to break it down into individual pieces. That's where deities come from. Come on, now we need to understand that. So with that being said, right, when it comes to spirituality, right, it was always about getting into its source via the practice of yoga. Like even that deity stuff is yoga because yoga does not mean to stretch. Yoga means to unite, means to yoke back to. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm about to explain, right? Why crystals actually are supposed to be a thing, why astral projection is a thing, telekinesis. I'm gonna explain why those things can be spiritual. However, the way it is nowadays is not on no spiritual shit. Because when it came to yoga, the ultimate goal was always just source, 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 source. You know what I'm saying? And then you would just experience these different psychic phenomena all the way because these things are actually more psychic, not spiritual. I mean, crystals are actually a bit more etheric, you know? Crystals actually hold etheric energies and vibrations, which when you hold, you could allow inside of your system, which could allow you to vibrate a certain kind of way. Now, if you wear a crystal, it's always gonna kind of do that. However, people don't even be able to feel the crystal that they wear it. That's why people be getting fake crystals and don't even know it. Cause I ain't gonna lie, even when you can feel energy, even having a fake crystal is gonna affect you. Wanna know why? Because one, you're gonna think that it's real, and then two, just the color of it. The colors actually affect you a lot. You know, it's just that when it's like a real crystal, it's like you have the color shit that gets even more condensed into like a fucking plasma shit that could really affect you. When it's not real, it's just these light ass light waves that do affect you, but not on like that plasmic etheric shit with a real crystal, you know? So with that being said, people don't be able to feel their crystals. People can't like if I were to tell somebody to close their eyes, right? And I were to tell them which two crystals I had, you know what I'm saying? Like an average everyday person couldn't tell me which crystal is different. Now, I actually believe that the average person who like meditates, like I'll say the average person who is authentically spiritual could probably be able to tell. You know what I'm saying? On some level, you know? Like they'll like notice some type of slight difference, you know? But at the same time, I don't know, you know? Cause like when I could actually start feeling crystals, that shit changed my fucking life. Because at that point, it's like I used them way differently. I didn't even need certain shit anymore. And when I did use certain shit, it's like I wouldn't use as much of it or whatever the fuck. Like it's crazy how shit used to work. You know what I'm saying? Back then versus now. So with that being said, right, with things like astral projection, right, understand that we do that all the time, right? So because we do that all the time, that shouldn't even really be a desire. You know what I'm saying? However, it becomes a desire. However, the reason why people be having that desire and they don't be able to do it is because they're trying to do it from an egotistical standpoint. Which, from that standpoint, you still can't do it. You know, you just got to be really serious and do crazy ass training. It's not gonna happen as easy and as natural. Which is why inside of my method, right? I'm gonna teach y'all how to do it in a spiritual way that's based upon practices from yoga nidra as well as Tibetan dream yoga. You know what I'm saying? Because if you master the dream shit, you're gonna master that because dreams are astral. You know what I'm saying? Watch my video where I really like I break down the astral in depth because there's different layers, there's different astral planes. You know what I'm saying? You have the dream realm. You know what I'm saying? Which when it comes to dreams, they could be different. You know, I explained it already. You know, because it could be your imagination, it could be etheric energy based, it could be based upon certain beings trying to communicate with you, but you can't fully see what they look like properly. Watch the video, bro. I explain a lot of shit inside there if you haven't already seen it. So with that being said, right? with astral projection, right? If you're already naturally trying to get into with source, you'll naturally have astral experiences when you need them. Because there's people, right, who naturally, without even having to try, they have a whole bunch of experiences, right? And then they die down. And the person's like, why did they die down? When did I start doing wrong? You ain't do nothing wrong. It's just that they showed you something, right? And that shit should have made you evolve more to the point where you don't even need that anymore. You know what I'm saying? And then at some point you may need some astral shit again, and then boom. Now the thing is, right? You can take control of your astral stuff, but here's how it actually starts to look. People will like be like, oh, I want to astral project, I want to go to this certain place, right? And they'll set the intent, and then sometimes they won't go there. Now here's the reason why that happens. Other people be setting the intent and they can actually do it. Why is that? Two reasons. One, the person's just aligned with their astral self, or two, the person pretty much has taken like pretty much their human personality has got so attached to their astral body that their human self could truly affect their astral experiences, which could be good and bad, you know? It's bad because when that happens, it disconnects the astral from the higher realms. Therefore, you can't get into with the higher impulses that make you do certain natural things inside the astral. But with the first example, right, when you naturally get into with source, right, when you naturally get into with source, literally you will start to naturally astral project, and when you start like wanting to take control of it, you'll like when you say I want to go to a certain place, you'll go there. But the reason why you're going to that place is because whether you said you want to go there or not, your astral self would have already did it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like what's happening is that your human self isn't telling you, is your human self isn't telling your astral self we're gonna go there. What's happening is you just got so in tune with your soul that you're understanding what your soul would naturally do, and these become your natural desires. You see what I'm saying? Like you could get to a point where you just completely ignore your soul's desires and your human self takes over the astral shit so much. But if you get to that point, you're gonna detach yourself from your soul. And that's what like celebrities do with stuff like that. Like, bro, celebrities be astral projected, right? Like, for example, my boy Cass was telling me, right, how essentially he had met somebody, right? And it was like at like some like event. There was like it was best celebrities there essentially, right? And this one girl who was like, kind of well known there, she was talking about astral projected with The Rock. Now I'm not saying that that's all some ego stuff because like also natural soul stuff, right? If you're in a relationship with a person or you're at least dealing with a person or you guys are close, you guys will naturally have astral link ups. You know what I'm saying? That's just gonna naturally be a thing. So I'm not saying that that's some ego shit. I'm just saying that celebrities be knowing about this shit, which we should already know by now. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to like stuff like magic, that shit be in the rap music, bro. I ain't gonna lie, like Lil Uzi, right, made a whole entire song, right? And inside the song, he said, "Not in love with you, but I control you with candles now." And then a few bars after, he said, hold up. Let me remember how exactly he said it. Hold up. He said, "When you sit in my room, I'm gonna take the shoestrings out your shoes." Now, why is that important? This nigga is doing love spells, my nigga. That's why he said I'm not in love with you, but I control you with candles. You know what I'm saying? Then he get the bitch's shoestring because with these spells they've been telling you get a piece of this guy or girl's hair, get a piece get some of their clothes. Like niggas be taking bitches' panties and shit and doing weird shit. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? I done read magic books where they get to the love section and them niggas on some weird shit. I'm like, yeah, nah. I'm like, yeah, nah. And the thing is, right? Like they'll tell you that these jaws is like that you really shouldn't do this shit, but still fucking tell you how niggas do this. Cause it's like they like when I've read the books, they've explained how niggas have done that shit, and then they say you probably shouldn't do this shit. Like they won't give the exact panty ritual, but they still will give certain other shit where it's like, mm, not for me. Cause I like when it comes to me, I want to use magic for. I feel like that's just no. I ain't gonna say that's no. Like you could use magic to like to make yourself more loving. I could say, but like I don't want to really use it to bring a person into my life, even if it's like my true soulmate. Nah, son. Nah, son. That's just not me. That may be you, but that's not me. Me, I just want to get into with source. And while getting into with source, I may just be a certain kind of person. And if I feel like being with her actually helps to bring me closer to source, then hey, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Shoot. But I'm not about to do no motherfucking magical spell, you know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I ain't gonna lie though, when it comes to magic, magic actually does have a spiritual role because you can actually get into with your soul, right? And start getting into with spirit more and stuff like that. And then it's like you'll naturally do magic to manifest certain things which actually help to benefit the collective. You see what I'm saying? Here's the thing with that though. When you get to that point, it wouldn't even really be magic. It's like you just naturally do magic. It's like you are the magic. You know what I'm saying? Like you become the magic, you know? So it's like, yeah, you know. Superpowers and all that others like for telepathy, right? Telepathy, right, could is really supposed to be like a natural thing also. You know what I'm saying? Now, when people watch telepathy OD, that's not the best. And here's why I'm saying that, right? Like I've had people tell me like, "Yo, I want to telepathically talk to you," type shit. You know what I'm saying? I be sending you telepathic thoughts, and I'm like, "Word, that shit dope." But I'm not gonna lie, I'm not always open to telepathy. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm communicating like my mind is hooked up to certain other beings, whether it be Arcturians, Syrians, you know what I'm saying? I've been talking to a lot of quantum beings recently, you know what I'm saying, etheric beings and shit like that. So it's like if people had telepathy nowadays, you know how niggas be calling your phone and they be blowing you up type shit? Niggas would be doing that with their fucking mind. So even you can see how now with telepathy that shit be low key awesome. Cause you know, cause literally niggas, I'm seeing videos back in the past how to make somebody think about you. This is why we do have telepathy now because y'all niggas be doing grimy shit like this. This is the spiritual. What the fuck did spirituality become? You know what I'm saying? It became some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Luckily niggas got to a point where it's like they couldn't. You know what I'm saying? A lot of niggas stopped doing this shit. You know, it's one for two reasons. One, well, not for two, for different. I don't know why. Maybe I guess I'm about to say two. I don't know, but I didn't plan on saying two. I about to. We gonna see. The one reason I was gonna say is because one, they was trying this shit on some ego shit, and because of that they got no results. Number two, they was trying this shit. You know what I'm saying? It was probably on some ego shit. They experienced something that wasn't the best. Then they tapped out. You know what I'm saying? Number three, damn. I guess I was gonna say two things because number three kind of sounded like number two. You know what I'm saying? Which was essentially they started going crazy. You know what I'm saying? Or like they feel like this, or they start like doubting themselves. They couldn't, you know what I'm saying? Because even with niggas who really come for this shit authentically and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? That kind of gets everybody, the whole doubt and stuff like that. But if you really want this shit, if you really about getting into a source, you go overcome that shit. It may take a while, but you gonna be trying to overcome that shit. You know what I'm saying? Facts. I went through a whole bunch of doubt. You know what I'm saying? Like when it comes to this spiritual shit, bro. Everybody gonna get to a point where you get tested to really see how much you believe in that shit you be talking about. How much you really believe in that shit you be talking about and learning because I've seen it so many times when people be saying all this shit when shit is sweet, when shit is fun. But then when it's time to rely on those teachings, y'all niggas not relying on them teachings. I've been there before because I've been there. I've had to eventually overcome that shit. You know what I'm saying? And I've overcame several different levels, you know? And I'm still overcoming different levels with this fucking trust shit. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm at a point right now where I'm finally on some shit like, oh yeah, I'm just I don't give a fuck how crazy it sound. That's why when it comes to this omniverse shit, I've been understanding this shit like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, stay tuned for all the motherfucking PowerPoints. Someone's gonna be on the Asar John on the Asar John Patreon. Other shit like the crystal tablets for like the ruby, amber, sapphire, emerald, amethyst, then eventually gold and diamond. That shit gonna be on the Omniversal Hall of Records. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? I'm making a new Patreon that's gonna come soon. When it comes out, I'm already have mad shit on there because it's gonna cost a little bit. I ain't gonna that shit go. You know what I'm saying? My guys told me to do it a certain kind of way for a certain kind of reason. I'm gonna explain it when I promote it to y'all. Gonna understand. So that way, I'm gonna teach you how to properly use the Patreon too, to properly learn from this shit, properly really ascend on your shit. And yeah, bro, because I really be going to the Universal Hall of Records, and I'm gonna mimic that shit down here. You know what I'm saying? They been teaching me. I'm telling you, bro. Bro. I really be experiencing crazy shit. And the thing is, right, when I be experiencing this crazy shit, right, it's always to help the collective. You see what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. The more and more I wanted to help people, the more and more my gifts activated. I swear to God. I swear to God. Like, when I astral project, right, I love what they love to do is learn. You know what I'm saying? But the shit that I learned, I share with y'all. You know, like some shit I learned, it be about like even like when I learned past life shit, right? I may not say the past life memory, but I'll definitely share the lesson in the video. You may not know where the fuck that video came from. You know what I'm saying? It may just be a random YouTube video that says, "Hey, don't do this certain thing." But I learned that from a fucking past life. But at the same time, I actually want to share my past life shit. Like everything I be getting, I actually want to share that shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I gotta put certain shit on different Patreons and make them certain prices and make them available to certain people and all this other shit, because it's like the people who gotta see it gonna see it. Others, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, like past life shit, I'm gonna start having that shit on my Asar John Patreon. I ain't gonna lie though, I've been thinking about merging my Asar John and Jedi Spiritual Journey one, just making just leaving the $5 one, you know what I'm saying, and then making the Asar John one, which is the $10 one, become Jedi Spiritual Journey and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? We gonna see what happened with that, but cause they really be, you know what I'm saying. Anyway, um, that this is how this shit really supposed to be, bro. You know this how this shit really supposed to be, right? If you want to get into with your soul, right? What you do is practice yoga. You know, you practice yoga back to the source. And there's different kinds of yogas, right? Because yoga don't mean stretching. You know what I'm saying? Like you have yoga of wisdom, which is when you study certain spiritual teachings in order to have your thoughts get aligned with spirit. You know what I'm saying? Then you have yoga of devotion. You know what I'm saying? You devote yourself. This is where deities come into play. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes it'd be hard to devote yourself to the whole entire creation and source, because it's just so much. Like you know, like source has no image. You can't see what God looks like. You can't. You know, you can't even understand all of God's aspects. So because of that, they give you a deity. They give you one small form or one small aspect. They give it a certain image. You could concentrate on that. Helps you build emotion towards that. Then you hook yourself up to that aspect of source. You know what I'm saying? And the deity should always be one that kind of aligns with you and how you are, because it's kind of making you align with that cosmic force. You know what I'm saying? Because you essentially are aligned with that cosmic force, right? Like a part of you literally is that cosmic force. You know? It's just that you also have other shit. Like when you live your life, right? People tell you certain shit all the time. Then you add that information to your personality and stuff like that. You know? You see? So, with that being said, right, you have the cosmic force, but then you also have all this other bullshit from Earth and genetics and all this other shit, you know? But, yeah, yeah, yeah. You have yoga of meditation, you know, where you learn how to actually concentrate and focus. That helps you get control of your willpower, right? You can actually now choose what you want to do more. You know what I'm saying? You have yoga of action. It aligns your actions with spirit, you know? This is where you actually this is like, for example, me making YouTube videos, right, is yoga of action, because I'm doing certain things to help y'all get into with spirit. Now, granted, right, I like using YouTube, you know what I'm saying, to like get out my services, to just get out my message, you know what I'm saying. At some point, I know YouTube gonna pay me, you know what I'm saying. I'm this close, you know what I'm saying. So with that being said, yeah, I'm getting money for this shit, but I ain't do this shit just for the money. Cause when I started doing this shit, right, I was, bro, it was my what? It was sophomore year, going to freshman year, bro. You know how young I was, bro? I was like 15, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wish I had those videos still up. I deleted them, Jaws. I should have just unlisted them. I deleted them though. But I wish I still had them jaws. But I have as I grew older and stuff like that. But long story short, though, I mentioned this because I didn't give a fuck about that at the time. I just wanted to tell niggas certain shit because people I was always a naturally spiritual nigga trying to get into his source. So because of that, I always understood certain shit, and niggas wanted those understandings. And I got tired of fucking repeating myself. So I just made videos. So when niggas ask me certain questions, I'm like, okay, nigga, just go watch this video real quick. I said this shit months ago, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I think I said that to y'all a couple of times before about why I started doing YouTube and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I had to get this message across. Because niggas keep asking me certain shit. I started seeing that niggas really need this information. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, and there's just benefits that come with that. But I mentioned it all that because also yoga of action shit, you're supposed to just do shit to benefit people. Now the thing is, right, even if it doesn't benefit people, right? If you're harming them, definitely stop. But even if it doesn't benefit people, and even if you're not getting like paid for it, you should still do things to try to benefit the creation. The whole entire teaching is try as hard as you can to benefit others, but don't be attached to the results. So you can try to help somebody, but if you don't help them, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Hey, now don't keep on forcing it, because at that point you may start harming them. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Now let's talk about other superpowers, right? Because when it comes to like let's say like you could bend fire and stuff like that, right? That shit would be something that we could do. But when niggas like I know with me when I think about that shit, bro, I'm thinking about fucking throwing fireballs. I ain't gonna lie. Now something I did also think about is like, damn, if I did have that shit, I would be like having like nighttime fires and stuff like that, right? If humans had that ability to, well, we do have that ability to bend, like you could learn how to bend fire, right? You know what I'm saying? But it's not you don't just come out the womb with that shit most of the time. You know what I'm saying? Some niggas do though. I ain't gonna lie. But my whole entire point. What I'm trying to say is right. If humans could fire bend, that shit wouldn't look the best. However, it could look good if niggas cared about benefiting others, right? You could be setting fires for niggas who don't have fires, warming shit up. They need to be warmed up and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Heating up food and shit. You get my point though. Like that shit could have a beneficial purpose. Niggas who got fucking water powers. If there's a fucking drought somewhere, boom, nigga, water. You shit, say. So it's like these things could be used for beneficial purposes, and people who get into his source, right? They'll start to get these abilities, right? And then the guru will say, "Hey, don't focus on that shit. Like, don't get attached to that shit. Like, you could use that shit to help niggas, but don't be attached to that shit. Also, yeah, I have powers high. I'm gonna stop doing my practices. Like, nah, keep on doing your shit till you fully hit source because there's different levels to this shit. You know, like getting into with your soul is just one part of source. You know what I'm saying? Because first you need to understand why you do what you do and why your life looks how it looks, right? Then you need to motherfucking understand your emotions, right? And then be like, damn, I'm not my fucking emotions, right? You know what I'm saying? You gotta fucking be like, oh, I'm not the shit that happened to me and stuff like that. Because inside your mind, right, with your memory and your imagination, right? Inside your memory, right, you hold certain experiences, right? Which make you see yourself a certain kind of way. Like if you got bullied back in the past, right? That memory is inside your head. There's a certain image to it, right? And that image and experience makes you feel a certain kind of way about yourself, right? Then your imagination, right? People have what they call a self-image. People see themselves a certain kind of way, right? Like your self-image may be like let's say like someone's like a big kid, right? They may have like their self image may be a big kid, you know what I'm saying? And they may not be confident with that, you know? Some people may have like a self image of like being like a nerd you know what I'm saying? It could be whatever. So with all that being said, right? You need to get to a point where you're like, yo, these images that I see don't really mean shit, you know? Because, like, some people, like, if they were to go inside their head, right, and think about trying to achieve their goal, they will literally achieve inside their head, you know what I'm saying? And then it would just be a whole bunch of shit. So, my whole entire point is the fact that people identify with the shit that they see all the fucking time. You know what I'm saying? You gotta stop that shit though. They gotta stop identifying with the body, with their emotions, the shit that they see, the shit that they fucking think, you know what I'm saying? Detached from their ego and personality. They get into with their soul, right? But as they get into with their soul, right? Here's another trap. You may get past lives. I say it all the time. Yogis don't care about past lives, right? I ain't always care about past lives. If y'all been watching me for a grip, y'all know I've been on some get in tune with source shit. You know what I'm saying? Fucking with Asar and stuff like that. Now Asar was for the soul, but I ain't care about the soul for past lives. I just cared about the soul because the soul is a direct link to source, right? But as it got into it, my soul, past life shit came through. Now imagine if I got caught inside the trap, right? Of being like, oh yeah, I'm Altorian, ha yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, I'm a liar, ha ha ha, yeah, yeah. You know what I'm saying? That could make me stop evolving. Wanna know why? Because those are personalities. Like understand that before your soul had an alien lifetime or even had a human lifetime, your soul had no lifetimes. All your other lifetimes are also personalities just like this human one. It's just that with the other personalities, they're just more evolved than the human one. You know? And those personalities may be more aligned with source, you know? They might be, you know? But there's still personalities that are not they're not even the full soul yet. Like the full soul is the subtotal of all your past lives. You're not into with your full soul. Like me, I'm not into with my full soul because I don't understand and have the knowledge of every single past life. I mean, I could connect with my true soul, right? I could begin to contemplate it, right? You know what I'm saying? I have some awareness of it, right? But it's not a full understanding of it. No, no. A full understanding of it will be able to actually have access to every single past life, all the other shit. Yeah. And the thing is, right? Even though yogis don't care about that shit, when these past lives pop up, yogis just understand that they pop up for knowledge and wisdom and to help you inside of this life. It's not just no random shit. Niggas be having this shit and be like, oh yeah, huh," instead of taking the lessons from it, you know. So with that, and that's why with my readings, right, with galactic akashic readings, right, even with the solar Akashic stuff where some human past life may pop up, right? I always try to tell you guys how your past life plays into this life, you know? That's what the biggest part about it is. Like, yeah, you got this past life shit, right? But how is it affecting this life? And how do you actually merge the two? And how do you actually use this to actually further your spiritual journey, which is to connect with source? Because once you actually achieve the subtotal of all your past lives, then you hit the soul. But then beyond that is the oversoul, right? You know, which is composed of other individual souls just like you. So then you have to connect with all of those souls. And then you have the omni soul, which is a group of oversouls. You know what I'm saying? And then you have source. That's a lot of different connections and different kind of like doors to go through, which is why yogis understand that shit and try to take you beyond that shit. You know what I'm saying? They try to say, let's skip all that shit. Let's just go directly to source. And then when you hit source, you know what I'm saying? Certain shit may activate inside of you and stuff like that. And then you can worry about the motherfucking other shit. Like instead of doing it like this, they do this. They just take you to the source and then you may go right here, you may go right here. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because it's like once you hit source, it's like you could handle the other stuff easier, you know. But yeah, so if you want to get in tune and become spiritual, get in tune with your soul and get in tune with source. And the way you do that is by doing it with your mind, via what you study and stuff like that. Also, what you like, watch what you listen to because that's mental food right there. You know what I'm saying? What you put inside your mind really does affect you. You know what I'm saying? That's why they have you read certain spiritual teachings, right? Even watching this video is yoga of wisdom because I'm helping you to learn something. You know what I'm saying? So yoga of wisdom is about studying different spiritual teachings, right? You have yoga of devotion, right? That's for your emotions. This is devoting yourself to source. You can either devote yourself to just purely source or a certain deity. You know what I'm saying? Just understand that when you devote yourself to a deity, understand that that deity is a symbol and a lesser aspect of the greater source. At some point, you need to go beyond the image and then connect to source through that deity. You know what I'm saying? It's like you have you right here, deity right here, and then source right here. Deity gets you to get over here. You know what I'm saying? Don't get here and get stuck. No, get here. Let that shit move you over here. You know what I'm saying? So Yeah. Yoga of meditation. You gotta develop your concentration. You know what I'm saying? So close your eyes, focus on your breathing, and then with the mantras, right? If you say mantras and stuff like that, they actually help to like they send vibrations inside of your mind, which will actually help to clear up certain like karmic residue and stuff like that, and certain mindsets and thoughts which are holding you back from getting into a spirit. You know what I'm saying? You have a yoga. You have yoga of life force cultivation, right? Which is where you work with your chakras and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Then you have yoga of action, where you actually do certain actions to get into a source. You know what I'm saying? And that's where yoga stretches come into play because when you do yoga stretches, right, you're doing certain actions which can help you get into a source. You know what I'm saying? So that's where the stretches actually come from. But yoga's not chest stretching. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, this has been a day. This has been a 30-minute video, bro. 30-minute vid. It's crazy. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, bro. I'ma definitely catch you in the next video. This series is gonna keep on going. I have like 10 episodes planned. So yeah. All my coaching links are down below. Patreon's down below, bro. Healing services down below, bro. If you like this series, I have more series on my Patreon and stuff like that, which would complement this one very well. I have a whole bunch of shit coming soon too. So yeah, like I said, if you need some coaching or some spiritual advice, down below. I love you. I'm gonna catch you in my next video. Peace.